98. Now I'm here and I'm going to put this pattern in. So I am going to snip this yarn as well. Okay, so this green is going to go from 45 to 29. Sorry, 28. So I'm going to drop this black down and weave it around so I have an extra end. Okay, and this is going to go from 27 to 10. That's going to be 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And so I'm going to need a green, and then this is going to drop down, weave it around, and then this is going to go from 9 to 18. Sorry, from 9 to 9, so for 18 stitches. Now I need to introduce another black. And I'm going to secure it. And this is going to go from 10 to 27 on this side. For 18 stitches. Okay, and I need to introduce another green. So I'm going to thread that down, secure it down here. Okay, and this is going to go from stitch 28 to 45. So I'm going to count these. I count that one was 18. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this and use this as a ruler. So I'm going to line this up. So this is 1, and I'm going to go to 18. So that is 18. So I match those up, and they're 18 with black. Then here, there's 18 as well. And here, there's 18. So you could actually even put marks on this if you wanted to make a little ruler, or just on it, on, you know, the comb. You can use this as a ruler. Okay, now I'm going to do the same pattern until I reach row 106. So I'm at 98. Okay, now I'm at row counter 106, and it's time to do some decreases. So my instructions that I wrote out say decrease 4. So we're going to decrease like we do normally. Bring it up, but it's already up. Wrap it around, once under the hook, once over the hook, and then move that to the adjacent needle. Bring it up, wrap around on the shaft and then under the hook, and then pull it down. That's number, it's the second one, and then off the needle and transfer to the next needle. Completes the second decrease, and so start the decrease, pull that needle up around the shaft, around the hook, and down. Oops, that popped off. Oops. That's, and then when you transfer it to the other needle, that's the completion of 3 decreases. Okay, around the shaft, around the hook, down, and then move it to the adjacent needle, and that is the completion of 4 decreases. And so here we're going to need this under the hook like that. Okay, so that's 4 decreases, so we should be at stitch 41, and this is 41. Leave it open. Okay, and then do your pattern across. Okay. Okay, now we're going to do 4 decreases on the left side. So bring the needle further up, around the shaft, under the hook, slip it down, and take it off the needle and move it over 1 stitch. And that's a 1 decrease. Okay, bring that up, wrap it around the shaft, and then under the hook, bring it down, pop it off, okay, and then take it off that needle, transfer it to the next stitch. That's completion of 3. Let's get this going. Bring it down. Transfer it to the next needle, and then all the way down, and that's decrease 4. Okay, and then we continue the pattern. Oops. Okay, now decrease 2. Okay, and then continue the pattern. Okay, the row counter is actually 124. I guess it didn't trip one time. So that is the end of the Intarsia part. So I'm going to keep the yarn on that's going through the eyelet and the mast, and I'm going to snip all the other ends. Okay. And then I'm going to put these back in position to use the normal lock. You could finish up using the picto, but I find the decreases a lot easier to do when the needles are in this regular position instead of this upward position. Oops. Okay. Okay, get those all down. Remove the picto. Remove the needle markers and hook protectors. Okay. So this whole time I've kept the rightmost one flowing through the eyelet, so I don't need to have extra ends cut it and feed another piece of yarn through the eyelet to use the normal lock again. So I'm just going to go back to just use this one in the lock. So I'm going to tension the yarn again. Okay, bring this up. Take the picto row counter off. Move the edge springs into place. Okay, this lock should be on GX still. Move it to the right. Get my row counter trigger over here too. The stitch size should be 675, and it is. Put N on the back. And now I'm going to change my row counter to what I had here, which is 124. So I'm going to manually change this to 124. And pick up my yarn. There we go. And put black strippers in for the stockinette. Okay, now we are going to knit according to these directions, except when we get to the neckline and divide, I'm actually going to do it differently. I'm going to do it more like the instructions in the DM80 say. I'm not going to split it and only cast off half of the center. I want it to be even, so I'm going to do the whole center cast off in one go. So we're going to go up to row 146 where it gets divided. So I have 22 rows to knit.